Hey baby, just want to let you know I'm about to be on my way out, where we're actually starting off the trip itself. Just giving you the reminder to let you know how much I still love you, how much I miss you, and I know you're praying that I have a safe trip. In my heart, love you to the moon and stars. Take care. I'll talk to you later. Cheers.
So this is Saracen Bridge, the bridge that takes me out of Phuket. And now in front of me, there are many hills to climb, so I find my way to Surat Thani over the next 2 days. So I can see those mountains from here. It's a good challenge, time to rip into it.
The next day after we got done with ACF, we needed to head out to this kind of mountain resort area before we got to Surat Thani. The hotel was kind of in the back of the road against this mountain range, and they had this beautiful green anime style mountain there.
By this stage I was right on top of both the distances I was riding and the time on the road. So I arrived at about 1:30 that day, just after Gift. This gave me plenty of time to do what I needed to do, to get an early night and to be up and at 'em at 4:30 the next day.
The 4:30 starts had their advantages, but the big disadvantage was being attacked by dogs in the dark. The sun then peeked over the horizon, and I really grew to love the next 3 or 4 hours after sunrise. I nicknamed them Hammer Time.
Check out this beautiful highway here. It's a 2-lane highway, all going in the same direction towards Surat Thani. This side lane here is set aside for bikes and motorcycles. So that's us. We feel very privileged.
So the bus comes and I meet up with Jason out in Surat Thani. We ended up at this little hotel that was out of the way. It was an alright hotel. It was alright.
This afternoon I got to the hotel even before Gift did. This gave me plenty of time to hand wash my clothes and then put them on the air conditioner that hung outside the patio. These were great because the air conditioners would dry the clothes overnight.
And so it was nighttime and I'm about to pass out, and all of a sudden I hear this crash and I wake up and I'm like, yo, what's happening right now?
State of emergency that we have here. The urgency. This is our first injury of the trip.
So the alarm went off this morning. Got up, walked straight out over to the balcony to get my stuff, which has been drying overnight, my clothes, etc. And the floor was super wet, super slippery. I'm looking at a very twisted ankle. As you can see, Gift has used his interesting first aid experience.
I put a cold can of Coke onto it. The aluminum should help a little bit. I think the ghost of the previous bike came back to haunt him for kicking and abandoning it on the side of the road, and gave it one last FU.
And that's when Jason's mobility just went to shit.
We talked about going to hospital, but I'd done this ankle before. I knew what the lowdown would be.
So we're going all the way to Bangkok on this one.
We are here at Surat Thani Railway. We have to wait until 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock before our next train comes. So we're just going to sit here pretty much for the next 8 hours.
And this gave me way too much time to think and lick my wounds. To do this ankle like I have at this time of the ride, and to be potentially out for the rest of the ride. As I lay there, on the bed in a fair bit of pain, I just thought about all the hours I put on the road in the last 10 months, and how I was doing it. I was doing it well. I was out there every day at 5 in the morning, knocking off 130 Ks, and I was right on track. I was achieving my goal. Our first crowdfunding attempt failed, but we replaced it with another, and it worked. Our first couple of bikes failed, we replaced it with another, it worked. But you can't replace an ankle, you can't replace your body. Don't know what I've done wrong in a previous life, that I have this dream squashed so hard, so quickly.
After a while, I realised that sitting around stewing in my own juices was not getting me very far at all. I looked over and I saw Gift doing his usual socialising thing.
Well, you heard it here. They know the best.
And I thought, you know what? Let's just bust out the cameras and let's just do what we do best.
So we decided to recap some of our great riding experiences, particularly Gift and his now infamous border crossing experiences.
If you're not selling them shirts, they're thinking you're Ronaldo or some football star. Actually, I didn't tell you this, but they did actually take me out for a cavity search. That's why I had a big smile on my face, you see.
And there was one incident on our boat ride from Krabi that Gift particularly liked.
But there was this European lady. It's wrong, I'm laughing about it, but it was so funny. She was like on the phone. I'm trying to find my way, and I'm a single white woman, and I'm by myself.
And what was really interesting is the way we interpreted and evaluated events on the trip through our own individual lenses.
That was a real nice place.
Yeah, I really love that one.
Good internet.
Such a millennial. Such a bloody millennial.
And just like that, 8 hours had passed. It was now time to jump on that train, an all-nighter to Bangkok.
And so the tickets that we got were for the third class passenger area.
We got ourselves into the third class seat, but we were quickly regretting the third class. Elitism sometimes is a real thing.
Ask this guy.
Right? So
He's been sitting across there listening to the phone for the last half hour.
So I'm gonna try the next station to see if I can get some new seats.
So we get to the next train station and I just start bolting through. And I'm just like running, and I'm running like a running back, weaving between people, moving like a center. I went and got our tickets and made it back to the train. Came, here's our tickets, we're moving on up. So we finally get off the train in Bangkok, and it was gonna be the first time that I was gonna be riding the bike since Malaysia, because Jason was so messed up with his ankle.
There goes Gift Egeblu. I was proud to know him. He's a wonderful man. I do the rest of the trip in honour of you.
So we both head off to the same hostel, and I thought I would get there earlier. After all, I lived in Thailand and I had home ground advantage, but boy was I wrong.
So first off, I had the worst taxi drive ever. All I could do was give the guy the address in English of where I've got to stay tonight. And he just went, oh, I don't speak English, I don't understand. I said, well, just let me out and I'll find someone else. But he just insisted. And then I noticed the meter wasn't running, so I pointed to the meter and said, hey, are you using the meter? And he goes off or ran for about 20 minutes. So I just said, all right, mate, shut up. I won't rip you off. I'll give you 100 baht. You know, just let me out here.
So after the taxi, I took a good old-fashioned tuk-tuk, but he would only take me an extra 3 kilometres down the road.
I have a newfound respect for what Gift has been doing these last couple of days, because this is far more complicated than riding a bike.
The truth is, riding through the city was nice. Like, it was chill. Just being able to weave through the crowd, I was really comfortable.
So then I took another taxi, and once again, I was driven by a moron.
So the last taxi driver drove me around for about an hour and just dropped me off and said, this is the place.
It's not the place. He's just left me here. And not only that, he took the address. He's got the address of the place. I've got no mobile phone, I've got no address, I've got a busted ankle, and I've got no contact details for Gift or anybody else. So these wonderful people have finally got me a free lift all the way to the hotel. Hello.
This is my bitch. Felt like I was in New York. I feel like it's one of those like biker couriers from New York that like weave through the traffic and cars. It's like I feel good about it.
Making a comeback.
Making a comeback. Look, you know, we took some time off from the bike, wanted to make sure that everything was good. But you know what? Sometimes we gotta switch up.
Finally got to the bloody hostel. Now note, I said hostel, not hotel. Our budget was being squeezed once again. The Rugby World Cup and our trip to Japan was now getting closer and closer. And when I crunched the numbers, I realised we barely had enough money to get to Saigon. And Japan was going to be infinitely more expensive than every other destination we'd been to thus far. Particularly if I couldn't ride my bike and I had to catch a bullet train everywhere. It was time to revitalise the fundraising campaign and get Gift's videos out to the world. After spending the whole day going in and out of taxis and tuk-tuks and crunching the numbers, I needed to get out and party. And fortunately, we were in the right town to do it.
Kind of had one of our nights out with the Bangkok Bangers, and that was, I'm not gonna lie, that was super dope. Started off at one of the restaurants that they had for us initially.
It was a wonderful mixture of people there that night. There was the Nak Suu Academy guys we were going to catch up with tomorrow. There was the local expat club, the Bangkok Bangers, and of course, folk from the Bangkok International Tens.
Ended up going to a different club and enjoying ourselves. And I gotta say, Bangkok definitely is a weakness. Taps into a portion of my party side. You know, when it comes to that, like, I like the party. You go to Rome, do as the Romans do.
I thought that night was exactly what the doctor ordered for us, with just a chance to release the pressure. And all in all, it's pretty harmless too. At least that's what I thought at the time.
We have the opportunity of being able to go and check out the Nak Suu practice and some of the coaching that they have going on here.
The Nak Suu Academy has been one of my main focuses while filming the Bangkok International Tens over the years. One of the main subjects has been its coordinator, Dylan. Today I was particularly pleased to get away from the tournament and to see how Nak Suu kids lived and how they trained.
First thing in the morning, we pick up the boys from the boys' home, and sometimes we have to do two pickups just because of the amount of the kids that come.
So how many have you got today, do you think?
I want to say maybe about 30 kids today, all ranging from 7 to about 18.
They were doing this thing, and so I was like, yo, let me just go ahead and join in with it. I mean, even though we couldn't understand each other in our vocal language, we were able to kind of connect and still understand each other. It was like a vibe, you know? These were young boys who were orphans, like whether it was orphans because their families had left them there or their families had died.
Playing rugby and like train them to be like a team. They don't have a good example how to be the man, how to be a brother, how to be a big brother. When I think in Thai culture, and talking about sport, because of rugby, it seems like you have to respect your teammate. You have to respect your you're the other team. You have to, like strong, but at the same time you have to be gentle. Sometimes when in the tournament, I heard them talk to each other like, you should not do that because that is not good for our team. For them, they have to remember that in the real life too. I think that is could affect it to Thai culture. I think. I would like to see more boys to come and join this program because of, because when they grow up, they're gonna become the leader. Like in their family, in their community, in their workplace. You never know. But if we train them and teach them how to be a good leader, that can change the world.
This rugby program had created something for them to be involved in. And with Nak Suu, you could really see the impact of
So I was delighted to find in the car on our way here a cricket ball. Cricket's my other great sporting love. I adore cricket. And look at that. It takes a lot of sandpaper to get a ball to this point. Gift. Look at that, cricket ball. A leather stitched cricket ball. Isn't that a beautiful thing?
It looks like one of those things that you find inside someone's attic that was from like the 1800s, and they're like, oh my gosh, look at that. And then you realize it has no value, and you're just like, this is an overrated concept. That's how I feel like this cricket ball is. I want to see a bit.
So we returned, or should I say we limped, back to the hostel that afternoon, and immediately I jumped straight on the computer and started to do some fundraising. But Gift, he isolated himself a little bit, just kind of huddled up in the corner of his bunk and kept talking to his computer.
Hey love, good morning. I guess it's good evening for you. I had called my girlfriend and we had talked, and I told her about us partying in Bangkok.
I don't know actually how old they are, but they're gonna go Gen Z.
We kind of got into this long argument, and it's because of belief system.
So I waited for him to take a break from his computer and decided maybe we should sit down and maybe it was time to impart some of my old fellow wisdom.
Talking about it with Jason led to us having like a really great conversation.
You've got to remember that this relationship was only 6 months old when Gift left Andrea to go on the other side of the world for about 8 weeks. And then he went out with me in Bangkok. She probably has every right to be a little bit nervous.
It's a bit of a day off here in Bangkok. Probably the first time I've had a day off for weeks. It's been 4 days since I twisted my ankle. The swelling has gone down a little bit. The pain has subsided a lot quicker than I thought it would be. So today I'm going to take the bike for a bit of a ride just around Bangkok here to the bike shop to give it a little bit of a service, a little bit of a tweak. Should be about 3 or 4 or 5 kilometres, and we'll see. Alright, you stupid ankle, let's do this. So here I am outside the bike shop, having ridden about 3 kilometres to get here. The ankle, it's a little ginger, but it's okay. Like, I didn't feel any significant pain coming over, and hopefully the bike goes okay, my ankle goes okay, and I'm back on the bike, I'm back on the road, baby.
And even better news, I got home that afternoon and seen that money had come in to get us on the road again. Now, only as far as Saigon, but at least we'd bought some time. And I must admit, one of the biggest givers were our friends from Bangkok. The rugby community was coming to the party again.
Talking with Jason kind of helped being able to talk with my girlfriend. Everybody knows that when you have an argument, it's never really about what the argument's about. It's the trip, add to it the far away, it adds additional stress. We were able to come to terms and come to an understanding of the situation. Take care of yourself, and that's it.
I'm limping into Bangkok, now going to ride away from Bangkok. The ankle feels a little tender, but I'm going to give this a go. This is a psychologically challenging moment, but I really want to push through. Once again, a very nervous morning ride. The daylight came and signalled another hammer time. Getting the job done, baby. I'm getting the job done. The Bray is back. The Bray is back.
Let's do this Cambodian thing.
Get this shit out.
This girl just sits across from me.
My name is Lee.
I'm dying. Oh, I'm dying.
Rugby is starting to develop here in Cambodia for women as well.